Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to the latest episode of Hidden Jewels of Soul and Disco. I'm Nadine, and if you like the channel, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It's very much appreciated. First of all, some of you got in touch with me asking me why I wasn't in Rachel's chat and stream lately. Well, honestly, there were some very busy weeks and I just couldn't make it, but I think by mid-October I will be joining her live stream, her daily live stream again. So thanks for taking care and thanks for asking. I'm so far okay, it's just been pretty busy lately. So, and a big shout out once again to Rachel from Rachel's Goals. She's having a daily live stream all about vinyl and other topics, and it's tremendously good. So if you have the time, check out her live stream and her channel as well. So, this week we'll be featuring the legendary ice cream flavor. No, it's the Honeycomb. So who are the Honeycomb? The Honeycomb were accidentally somehow founded in 1968. When Darlene Love, who is by the way one of the finest singers around, if you're a Phil Spector fan, Darlene Love has very strong connections with Phil Spector, and also she's having a tremendously great voice. If you have the chance, check her out. Well, in 1968, Darlene Love was invited to an Andy Williams TV special, which was a big deal back then, but she couldn't make it. So, as smart as she was, as she still is, she asked if her sister, Edna Wright, couldn't be her replacement. And they immediately jumped to that idea. Edna Wright asked Carolyn Williams and Shelly to join her on the show. And that's when this trio was born. But it wasn't called the Honeycomb. Because Darlene made sure that some very important people from music business were watching the show as well. And those were Brian Holland, Eddie Holland, and Layman Dozier. And they were immediately hooked by the group. So they signed them in 1970, and one of the Holland brothers said, well, you need a good name. What about Honeycomb? And you can imagine that at first they weren't so happy with that name, because he named them after his favorite ice cream flavor. But anyway, they started to like the name and got used to it, and at the end they thought it was a pretty good name. And they had quite a few records out there, and at the beginning everything looked like they were getting one of the biggest stars in the 70s, because the first couple of songs they had were million sellers. Especially in 1971, there was a song which was like everywhere, and it was called Want It. And this one, tremendously successful song, was also followed up by One Monkey Don't Stop No Show and Sticky Up. Unfortunately, after that, especially in 1973, the success of the records pretty much ended. And that was also the end of the group. And usually I would show you some snippets of the records as you are used to it. But, well, what can I say? YouTube is not allowing me to show you one of the tiniest little snippets, not even a 5-second snippet of certain songs. So I'll put the links for the recommendations of the songs down in the description so you can enjoy them in full length. So, what album of the Honeycombs would I recommend to you? Well, that's not so difficult in my opinion. It's the Soulful Tapestry from 1971. In the same year, there was also another album which was called Sweet Replies, which included also Want Ads and another song which I remember when I see the record again, which was called The Day I Found Myself. That was also included on Sweet Replies. Anyway, they released this one, including Want Ads, Sweet Replies, and I love the song is One Monkey Don't Stop No Show, Part 1 and Part 2. So if you are in a bad mood, this is a record to lift you up. And if you look at the cover art, I hope you can see that it looks like that it's been stitched or something. I think that was pretty much the way there was in the beginning of the 70s. There was a hot shit, you know, to do some covers. I have some other groups who released cover like this. Can you see that it's supposed to be look like it's been stitched? I hope you can see that. But anyway, this is the back of the record. Beautiful, beautiful ladies. And like I said, the Honeycombs featured Carolyn Williams, Edna Wright, and Shelly Clark. Carolyn Williams was also the vocal arranger of the group. And that was pretty much the magic of the group. They sounded tremendously good. Their role model was Martha and the Vandals. So the sound is very much alike, very soulful and great. Carolyn Williams decided by the end of 1973 to leave the group because she was not happy with the material they got. And I have here the last album from 1973, which is called Love, Peace and Soul. And I totally agree with Carolyn Williams. The material is very weak, in my opinion. Vocally, it's very good. They really live up to their name, the Honeycomb. It's sweet as honey, but the song selection is really, really very much a downgrade to what we have on other releases. And if you're a group who is not having a songwriter, you are absolutely depending on material you get. And yeah, that's not such a great combination. But anyway, that was like I said, Love, Peace and Soul. Once again, a picture of these beautiful ladies, absolutely stunning. If you see if you see records from the Honeycomb, take kind of the first albums they released. It was Take Me With You, Sweet Replies, Love, Peace, Soul Travesty, and Love, Peace and Soul. As far as I know, there was also another album which wasn't released in 1970, around that time. When Will It End? I think it was called. I just heard that. I don't know if it's true, but I would really love to hear that song. What I also wanted to point out is that you'll find on this record a version of All the King's Horses. I love this song. I must admit they did a great job on it, but the ultimate version for me on that song was done by the one and only Dusty Springfield. And you can find this version on the Faithful album from Dusty Springfield, which came out a couple of years. It's in orange vinyl, All the King's Horses. It is a tremendously good album. But anyway, if you're looking for a great version of that song, Dusty Springfield is the way to go. So I found it great that a soul group would do songs like this, but they could do it. Anyway, this is the front. Did I show you already the back? Anyway, I'll show you the back again. And they were on the Hot Wax label. I love the label because it's very colorful. It's a great label. Alright, this is a German pressing, first German pressing. This is the side A, like I said, very colorful. So let's see side B. And you can get these kind of records, like I said, they were sold like crazy, between 10 to 15, at the max 20 euro. I wouldn't pay more for that. I wouldn't even pay 20 euro for it. I got a very decent copy and I still have the price sticker on it for 9 euro. And that was absolutely okay. But 20 would be at the absolutely max, like being in shrink. So, yeah. The group, after they parted, never got back together. They wanted to do a reunion, actually 2 times, but it never happened. Unfortunately, because they were great. Anyway, like I said, if you have the chance to listen to one of those ladies, if you have the chance to listen to Darlene Love, her sister, go and do it. I see you next time, guys. I hope it was a good episode for you. I wished I could have played you some tracks, but yeah, with the next video, we'll make that happen. And yeah, Stay safe, stay healthy, listen to good music. Maybe the Honeycomb, maybe Darlene Love, and I'll see you next time. Bye.